Morning, everyone. We are going to go over the market data right now and kind of talk about the trends. There's some interesting trends going on. Let's hit the solds first. Looking at this data, there were 217 homes that sold this past week, which really puts this trend going kind of up and down. It's kind of a week-to-week trend. I am expecting it to kind of trend lower, just mainly for two reasons. We have the market and we have the just the normal seasonal trend that we see. I think it'll stay between 200, 225 with a few of the weeks hitting the below 200, mainly because of the holiday weekends and the holiday weeks that we have coming up. We're going to see that. Overall, though, I believe it is still a very healthy market. Having a look now at the pendings, we are seeing that it is actually lower than any other week throughout this entire year. It really is not surprising going into the end of the season that we're getting into. One of the things I want us to stay ahead of is that the Thanksgiving holiday week, according to these numbers, is going to come in lower than probably any week that we've had. Again, this is a prediction based on the numbers. Let's not let this surprise us. Don't let it surprise your clients. Get ahead of them on this on these numbers, so that way the news cycle that comes in with the doom and gloom surprise factor won't really hit us or our clients, because we know that it's going to happen. Again, Thanksgiving week traditionally is not one of the highest weeks of the year anyway. People are not closing homes that week, even if they put them under contract. Most of the time it happens the week before or the week after. Let's talk about new listings just for a moment, and the fact that it's up 40 and 80 homes more newly listed homes than we've had in the last 7 weeks. That's 232 homes this past week that were listed, that didn't go under contract, but that were listed on a day-to-day basis. What this says is there is an upward trend. You look at the graph, you're going to see that. And the other thing that it says is it's taking longer for homes to get sold. Something that we're hearing out there, but some people are still saying the homes are selling quickly. The numbers just aren't showing that. It doesn't mean it's a bad market. I mean, 5 years ago, it would take 30, 90 days to get something sold. And we're seeing now with the price adjustments, and we'll get to that here in a minute, that it's taking longer, and that's why we're seeing the price adjustments. And that's why we're seeing new homes on a weekly basis go up. I'm expecting this trend to stay the same throughout the rest of this season. As we now take a look at the price reductions, we're seeing what looks like a roller coaster, and yet it is still higher than anything we saw last year at all, and that's to be expected. We're not in last year or the year before's market. Like 5 years ago, these kind of price decreases were just fine. There was nothing wrong with it. Buyers and sellers would look at a home and decide whether the price was right for them. And if it wasn't, they would move on or make an offer at a price that's right for them. The offer doesn't mean the house is worth the offer they made. It means they were willing to make an offer at that price. And the seller, if they're unwilling to accept that, then they have to make an adjustment or just say no based on the data that we're looking at. And with the price reductions we're seeing is that it's not that it's a bad market. It is saying that home sellers and prices are going to feel the crunch, because as we get more new listings on the market, like we talked about, we're going to see competition go up, which means prices are going to feel the crunch. And you have to pay attention to the prices of the market to make sure that you have your home's price competitively, because if buyers are not buying your home, they are saying no to the price and the condition of your home. And we're here to help you make sure that if they're saying no, you know it, and we can help you get the absolute best maximum price for your home. And obviously, as a buyer, we'll help you make sure you're getting the absolute best price to paying for that home as well. Lastly, I want to pay just a second on withdrawals and expireds. Not going to mention the expireds much, but the withdrawals, they're both kind of together in my opinion. The market is the withdrawals are going to stay up as long as sellers who are not willing to pay attention to what is really happening in the market, which is buyers are deciding to say no instead of continuing to let the prices go up. And this is why it's so important that we have this market condition talk with our sellers. It doesn't mean you have to, as a seller, rock bottom price. It means we have to pay attention, and as the market makes this shift, we will have to make decisions based on the condition and the price of your property on what is the best thing for you in being able to get your home sold to a buyer that really wants the home. And that's what we want. We want to bring you together with multiple buyers and find that one that's going to pay for it, so that you can maximize your value and they can find a home they're going to love and want to move into. Lastly, I just want to say this to the team and to anyone who may be watching this video: this is not a market to be alarmed in. It is a market where we must know our numbers. We have to. That's why we go over this week to week to week, so that we know the numbers, and when we have conversations with the public, they will know that we know, and they can actually build their confidence in how they're going to get their home sold, or even if they're going to buy, what the best option is for them to buy a home. And when we price a home in this market, price reductions don't mean your home was priced too high to begin with. Now, there are some agents that will do it, and it will be that way. We base our prices on the data. And oftentimes, I've been in real estate since 2005, and I have seen it to where the data says one thing and buyers say no. And so once we put your home on the market, we have to listen to the buyers, because they're the ones making the final decision on this. And if the buyers are saying no, then we must reduce the price. We must change the condition of the house if we're not going to reduce the price. And oftentimes in a market where buyers are just saying no, it still comes down to that price. And so we'll do a price reduction to get it down to the area where buyers are saying yes, and we can maximize your value. Remember, historically, it is not out of the norm for a home to sit on the market for 3 months before it sells, okay? And back in 2008, much longer than that, as people were considering how to figure out where to get their home sold. Where was the best price to get their home sold? Now, we're nothing like 2008, and yet we are in a shift where we have to figure out where is the best price to get this home sold. We're not here to help you give your home away. We're here to help you maximize your value, and that's why we pay attention to the data first, and second, once we get on the market, we pay close attention to what those buyers are saying. So that way you as a seller can make an informed decision in getting these things sold for you. It is no longer a quick based agent market where the quickest agent gets in there and gets it sold, and the quickest person to the seller is the one that gets the sale. Or it's someone says, well, I want X, and the agent says, well, I guess I'll price it there, so because I want to be able to get the sale instead of somebody else who's willing to do it, even though the market says that this is a crazy price. That was literally what was happening last year. You either had a choice of turning down a home because the seller was unwilling to price it based on the data, and then let somebody else list it, and then boom, it sells. That's the way it was. It's not that way anymore. It's now a skill-based market where data matters. So we have to know our data. We have to get it in front of our clients so they can see it. And then the data from what's on paper then becomes the data of the buyer. What are buyers saying? It's vitally important that we pay attention to that. That beats any kind of marketing. That beats anything else we do, because we know that agents are our top buyers. They are going to have many more buyers no matter how many closings we have. There are thousands upon thousands of closings in Northwest Arkansas. So the buyers that we have are a drop in the bucket compared to all of the other agents out there with buyers. We get the home in front of them, and we have to know what their buyers are saying so that we can make the very best data and help our sellers make the very best informed decision on getting their home sold. Look, let's get out there and have a great week this week. I know we can get out there and have some fun. Get out there, find somebody that needs a person that is a top agent, knows what they're doing, and needs somebody to help them sell their home. Make that your goal this week. Find somebody that needs help selling their home because they need our team, because we're the best. All right, looking forward to being back with you this next week. If you need anything, you can text me. You can give me a call. Thank you, Marcella. Thank you, Haley, for taking care of everybody this week. And look forward to hearing some very exciting things that happened from this week. Oh yeah, quick shout out, Hannah, congratulations on your buyer closing. I think that was incredible when you texted me this weekend and let me know that. Big congratulations, and I hope the team's already talked about it. If they haven't, take a moment to talk about it. See you guys next week.